Welcome back. While External Affairs Minister of India, Sushma Swaraj, in her speech as the guest of honor at the Organization of Islamic Cooperation just a short while back, gave out a strong message on terrorism, actually shamed Pakistan for harboring, sheltering and funding terrorism. Look at what's happening on the other side. Pakistan may have boycotted the OIC, perhaps foreseeing their embarrassment at this stage, but their ex-foreign minister, Khwaja Asif, in the Pakistan National Assembly, in the presence of the current Prime Minister Imran Khan and senior cabinet ministers, called Pulwama terror attack an act of revenge and said that Pakistan fully supports the Pulwama attacker. We are not playing out. We are not playing out the bite in itself, but we're bringing you this news to expose how Pakistan has revealed its real intentions. My colleagues Aishwarya Kapoor, Shravan Sen, Nalini Sharma, all joining us on this big story that we're tracking. Aishwarya, it wasn't going to be long before the doublespeak of Pakistan was to be exposed. This has happened in the assembly, but we do know several other voices that have come in from Pakistan, not only backing terror against India, but also calling for more jihad. And now Khwaja Asif has just exposed not just himself, but the entire doublespeak.
Shivani, this has happened in the Pakistani Assembly. This is being done by a former cabinet minister, and that too, backing Jaish, backing terror, backing terrorists, and saying that whatever Pakistan has been doing is right. This is not only appalling, this also shows the true colors, the true face of Pakistani establishment, that how the Pakistani establishment has been working day and night, Shivani, day and night, just to back terror so that they can create turbulence, not only in India, but worldwide. This is a trouble not only for India, but for even countries overseas. And that is why today Pakistan stands isolated, because this is the true face. This is the true face, and this is only coming out in sheer frustration. Otherwise, you don't hear such kind of comments coming out in Pakistan Assembly, and that too by senior leaders, by former cabinet minister, by a former foreign minister. This is happening because Pakistan is frustrated, Pakistan is desperate. It has been sidelined by his own. Pakistan is not part of the OIC because India is. OIC members felt India is more important. So Pakistan is isolated, and in desperation, the real face, the true colors of Pakistan, Shivani, are coming out.
And remember, Aishwarya, in the speech made by Imran Khan yesterday, while some in India only picked up at his facade of releasing Wing Commander Abhinandan as a peace gesture, he had also actually raked in Kashmir yesterday also. Once again exposing what Pakistan really stands for. Once again, you know, talking about so-called freedom for Kashmir and how that is what they are for. And this former minister also has actually now justified the Pulwama attack by in the same vein, basically. He has gone on to say that it was the right of the Pulwama attacker to do what he did. Shaman, there is absolutely no more to be read into this but the fact that Pakistan, not just as India has claimed and its forces have claimed, deliberately is harboring terrorists against India, but actually provides all support that they need.
Well, this comes at a time when you've already seen the current foreign minister actually admitting that as far as Jaish chief is concerned, Masood Azhar, he's very much in Pakistan. It certainly only embarrasses Pakistan because India has made it very clear. The purpose of this airstrike was only to destroy the terror camps. And the fact is that they have been harboring terrorists all this while. In fact, in the dossier that has been given to Pakistan, we are given to understand that India has given full proof as far as the Jaish link is concerned. Not just that, transcripts of the phone conversation between the mastermind of the Pulwama attack and that of a war veteran who was basically pushed in the Indian territory to carry out such attacks. So these were details that were given. Not just that, we are being told that in that particular dossier, they have also given details of the Balakot training camp, details like, for instance, 60 Jaish terrorists being trained in the last 3 months in this very training facility of the Jaish-e-Mohammed. So this at a time when Pakistan really does not have much to answer, boycotting the OIC, because where questions would be raised, and Sushma Swaraj makes the point that terrorism has no religion, and it is time that Pakistan essentially acts on the terror camps that have been operating there. And this is something that India has raised time and again with very little movement from the Pakistani side. You've had dossiers being sent after the 26/11 attack.
Yes.
You've had dossiers being sent after the Pathankot
I just want to, for the benefit of our viewers, once again bring to notice what we're actually talking about right now. Khwaja Asif, former minister of Pakistan, not just any ordinary person. I'm paraphrasing what he said in the National Assembly. We don't want to broadcast what he has said against India. But he has said, as far as the Pulwama attack is concerned, Nalini, that this was not terrorism. This was legitimate right. He's justifying the attack as plainly as possible. And he's gone on to even say, I am a supporter to it. So that is what Pakistan really stands for. And it is now out in the open.
It's not just this one particular instance or this one particular quote. I think steadily over a period of time throughout these past few days, we have seen Pakistan come forth and not only expose themselves over and over again, but come forth and blatantly lie about the current state of situations. Yesterday, we had a press conference by the three services, the Army, Navy as well as the Air Force, where they brought this out categorically at how every step of the way, not only has Pakistan been harboring terrorists and terrorism, but they've also been actively lying on exactly what the situation currently is. So keeping that in mind, in fact, Shivani, what we are also given to understand is that to an extent that India is now raking up this issue with America because it was those F-16 that was shot down that Pakistan completely denied of having even been involved in the dogfight, the remains of which were found and the evidence of which was brought out yesterday in the press conference. So this seems to be like a habit with Pakistan to come forth and categorically not only deny the fact that they're harboring terrorists, but also lie about it. But right now, what the former finance minister
and unfortunately, Nalini, some of the arguments that Khwaja Asif is making are the same arguments justifying the Pulwama attacker and the attack that we've heard from some in India as well. So clearly, India is fighting a dual fight, not just the enemy within Pakistan, but also the enemy within. He has now gone on to categorically say that this was some act of revenge, that this is something that he advocates, this is something that he has full support for. So the reality, the truth has now come out into the open, Shravan. All of this talk of de-escalation and wanting peace is just a sham because Pakistan continues to use state terror as a state policy against India, and several of their ministers, their legislatures are now openly talking about it.
Well, Shivani, their own ministers have admitted that Jaish has been operating out of Pakistan. You already have the current foreign minister actually telling a foreign news agency that Jaish-e-Mohammed's chief Masood Azhar is in Pakistan and he is unwell. Now, this is an admission that has been made by none other than their own foreign minister. Apart from that, when Khwaja Asif basically makes this, sort of a bizarre comment that the Pulwama attack was a result of the Kashmir issue, that's laughable to say the least, because the Pakistani imprint is as clear as possible. To begin with, you have their handlers who have been sent in the year December and on also for as far as training is concerned. So as far as the Pakistani imprint is concerned, there is absolutely no doubt on that front. And this is not just what India has been saying. Take, for instance, what the United States of America had to say the very next day after the Pulwama attack, where they urged Pakistan to act decisively on terrorism, but there has been absolutely no response from the Pakistani side. On the one hand, Pakistan has been asking for evidence from India. On the other hand, you've had them actually admitting on the floor of their own parliament, saying that yes, Jaish-e-Mohammed actually exists.
Absolutely. Pakistan has just exposed itself after talking so much about peace and wanting peace and stability. It has exposed the fact once again in its own National Assembly by a former foreign minister that actually it promotes, supports and harbors terrorists against India in Kashmir. That is precisely what Khwaja Asif has done. I appreciate both of you for joining us. We'll keep coming back to you for more. We do slip it into a very short break, but on the other side, we'll get you more reactions on this big story that we're tracking.